Come with me. This is day 3 of the strike. Let's take a look at some of these signs. I spoke with the teen's father at the scene of the crime, and he says there's more to the story than just this. Samantha, like you just said, we're here at the Greenbrier apartment complex. This is in northeast Richland County, and deputies have confirmed that there has been a shooting. This is the closest that we could get to the scene, but take a look at this video that we got earlier when we were allowed inside the property. On the 4th of July, Diane Cunningham parked her car right where I'm standing. The next morning, she woke up and all she saw was this empty parking space. Vice President Kamala Harris is on her way here right now. She's going to be speaking around 1 o'clock at the fall convocation. Now, SC State is welcoming their largest freshman class in about 15 years. I talked with those attorneys just minutes after they finished watching the body cam footage from that incident. They say more should have been done before shots were fired. Officer Drew Barr lived a life dedicated to serving others. Samantha, with these 3 additional arrests, a total of 4 teenagers have now been arrested in the case of 14-year-old Trevion Fuller. The fire department has been pushed to its limits. You can see a fire truck pulling in from McCall right now. They've responded to hundreds of calls over the past few days.
My son was a loving son. He didn't bother nobody. He just had a mental health issue.
Ground, drop the weapon!
You're watching video released by the Richland County Sheriff's Department.
Taser, taser, taser!
34-year-old Irvin Moore Charlie shot and killed by Richland County deputies at his family home on Hayward-Brockington Road.
I'm not going to have my brother back. He only can live in my spirit.
It all started after this 911 call. The department called it a domestic violence issue.
You say he has a knife on your mother?
Yes, he don't pull a knife on my brother, my stepdad, and my mama.
But the family tells us it was a mental health crisis.
They had been to the home many times, several times, to my home, my mother's home. I begged them to let me help my son. I begged them not to shoot him. But they kept telling me to go back, get back.
Ma'am, move right now! Move out the way!
We believe that officers could have disarmed Mr. Charlie easily.
They say the situation should have been handled much differently.
We want to know, where was this mental health crisis team on this day?
I tried to warn them that he had a mental health problem. I just don't think they were trying to listen to me.
But throughout the video, you do hear officers telling Moore Charlie to drop the weapon and for his mom to back up.
Irvin, drop the knife! Irvin, drop the knife!
And I couldn't do no more and I dropped to the ground. But my son did not deserve this.
Subject's got a knife, you got him at gunpoint.
Only thing I want is justice today.
The family also tells us they will be filing a lawsuit. Richland County Sheriff's Department sent us a statement saying RCSD does not make a determination if an officer-involved shooting is justified. This decision is made by the solicitor. Additionally, the Richland County Sheriff's Department has layers of checks and balances as we gather evidence. The coroner does their separate investigation as to the cause of death. The solicitor reviews all the evidence and procedures used by the Richland County Sheriff's Department. The Richland County Sheriff's Department Citizens Advisory Council, which includes many community leaders and organization representatives, review and have full access to the gathering of evidence, and the FBI reviews the case. Reporting in Richland County, Brittany Breeding, Watch Fox News, Local First.
The sirens woke me up, but I wasn't up. My daughter and grandchildren came in the room and said, "Mom, you got to see this." That's how it started for me.
This video from a neighbor shows how quickly the house on Trad Street was engulfed in flames. The fire started around 7:30 Tuesday morning. Officials say one person was able to escape and was rushed to the hospital.
She came to our door, knocked on the door. She was bleeding. And I looked outside because she was mumbling something. I looked outside, the house was on fire.
Jimmy Williams says he immediately called 911.
Fortunately, these guys got here within less than 10 minutes.
Officials tell us when they made it inside, they found a second person.
It's a sad situation, you know. You don't expect that in your neighborhood.
It really breaks my heart. I don't like something like that to happen to anybody.
Williams says when he moved here in 2006, the couple welcomed him with open arms and were well connected in the community.
And they were sort of the one that guided me through the system here in this neighborhood.
So far, officials have not released the cause of the fire or the names of the people who live here. Reporting in Columbia, I'm Brittany Breeding. Watch Fox News, Local First. We looked into a report on 1,000 hospitals across the nation, including 11 right here in South Carolina. What we found is shocking.
And my left leg got to hurt me so bad I had to sit down. And it took me about 10 times sitting down and resting about 5 minutes before I could get to the car.
Retired mechanic Michael Reichard rushed to Lexington Medical Center. Soon after, he learned he needed a procedure to relieve blockages in his leg. So like many of us, he wanted to find out what it would cost.
I found the Excel file, and it had every nut, bolt, screw, drill bit, anything you wanted. It was like 1,000 pages long. But nowhere on that page did it have a procedure or arteriogram.
But he went through with the procedure anyway, hoping it would bring relief.
I was probably in the room maybe 15 minutes. It didn't make it any better. I couldn't walk from here down to my mailbox without sitting down. Then I get these hospital bills. Between the hospital bill and the surgeon's bill, come to like $92,000.
According to PatientRightsAdvocate.org, the national average cost of his operation is $18,000 to $25,000.
It about floored me. But when I got that, I said, this ain't right. I said, this is what's wrong with our system. I said, this is not right.
Nearly a year and a half ago, a federal law went into effect requiring hospitals to do something most had refused to do, be upfront with their pricing, enabling patients to shop around and ultimately lower the cost of health care. Problem is, a new study by the watchdog group PatientRightsAdvocate.org, a nonprofit that tracks hospital pricing transparency, shows that most hospitals are not fully complying with the law. Out of 10 hospitals reviewed in South Carolina, only one, Roper Hospital in Charleston, was in full compliance. 9 others, including Lexington Medical Center, were not in full compliance, according to the report. The report also reviewed the nation's 3 largest hospital systems, HCA Healthcare, Common Spirit Health, and Ascension. Their combined revenue, $119 billion for 2021. Huge success. Their level of compliance, 0.5%. A huge fail. Reichard feels more needs to be done to enforce the law.
They should start fining them, I'd say daily, if they don't have their fees posted. A person should be able to walk into a hospital or leave the doctor's office and have something like this in their hand. Say, this is what the procedure is going to cost.
The United States Department of Health and Human Services Office has sent 340 notices of noncompliance to hospitals across the country as of December. It has yet to issue any fines, which can run in the millions. We reached out to Prisma Health and Lexington Medical Center to find out their timetable for full compliance. Lexington Medical plans to be fully compliant by June. Prisma also has a standard hospital charge list online. To see statements by both systems, head to our website, wach.com. I'm Brittany Breeding. Watch Fox News, Local First.